Hey everyone, Kerry Knoll here, and thanks so much for joining me today for day number 3 of my SaaS journey to a $1 million valuation. So today we're going to talk about naming the business and picking a domain name. So this is day number 3. If you missed the first couple days, feel free to go back into my socials there and find day number 2 from yesterday and day number 1 from Monday and get caught up if you want to, where I go through each and every step of this process. So let me share my screen with you and show you what I have for you today. So during this SaaS journey to $1 million valuation, follow my journey and look over my shoulder live as I start to a brand new SaaS business from scratch. Hopefully my slides will work. Okay, day number 3, naming the business and picking a domain name. So how to come up with ideas for a business name. And we're going to talk a little bit about how I came up with the Marketing Engine's AI name and the domain itself as well. And then I'm going to give you some of the work I put in trying to pick the domain name I did through the domain name ideas I ended up going through before I settled on marketingenginesai.com. All right, so how to come up with a business name. So there are business name generators. If you didn't know that already, you can go out there and you can Google all kinds of things like just putting in business name generators, and you'll get back a few different resources for this. One of them is actually on Shopify.com. You can go there and you can check it out and try it out. I think you can use it for free. I don't think you have to actually be a Shopify user in order to use their name generator. You can try that one. Another one is Wix.com offers a business name generator. You might want to check that one out. And of course, I found one that was actually being advertised called businessnamemaker.com. Now, granted, I have not used any of these. It's not how I do it, but this is some of the possibilities you can use. And I'm sure there are probably some other business name generators out there that would work for you as well. Another opportunity or resource might be Fiverr, right? You could go to Fiverr and they have what they call naming experts, quote unquote. Okay, so how good of a naming expert are they? I don't know. You have to look at some of their individual gigs and figure out which ones are which and who offers what you think might come up with the best name for your business. You can actually go to that link you see there. It's a little bit long. I'm sure if you just go to fiverr.com and type in naming experts, you'll find that exact category, but it's basically under writing translations and business names and slogans is what it says there. So I would post that. Well, let me post it in case you want it anyway. Let me shoot it into the comments. Let me see if I can put it in here quickly for you. I'm actually going to type it out. Kind of silly. I know I should have had it so I could have copied it and pasted it, but such is life. Translation, business names and slogans. Hopefully I don't have no typos. Categories, writing, translation. Yeah, it looks right. Okay, I'm posting that link now. Hopefully it'll pop up where you're viewing from. And if you want to go there and check it out, you can look at the different gigs. And like I said, you can just go to Fiverr and probably type in search box for naming experts as well. Okay, other ideas, right? Here's some other ideas for naming your business. You can blend your name with relevant keywords or industry terms. That's probably seen that a million times by now. Utilize your initials to create an acronym from your name. You can focus on your family name or surname as the foundation of your business name as well. You can use alliteration. I like alliteration for a lot of my product names, not necessarily my business names, but I do use it in a lot of product names. Use acronyms or use abbreviations. So all these are other methods that you could use or implement in order to come up with a business name or some ideas for your business name. How I came up with the Marketing Engine's AI name. So here are some of my ideas, right? So the word engine was something I wanted to go with as part of the names of the various snapshots I was creating inside of High Level. So I already knew that engine, if I was going to use the word engine in the names of my snapshots, then I definitely probably wanted to name the overall SaaS using the word engine somehow. But that wasn't originally how I got started with the name. So let's keep on going here. And I definitely wanted to incorporate AI for 2 primary reasons, right? Reason number 1 was anything with AI is super hot right now, right? We know that anything that has the word AI in it, everyone's paying attention to it. And High Level actually has AI incorporated into the software in several different ways. So not only is it hot, but I can actually use it because these snapshots are some of them, if not all of them, eventually will be taking advantage of AI at some point in time. So it definitely works as well. And of course, I'm interested in marketing, right? Hence the word marketing in the title. It's one of my primary skills, and I wanted to make it abundantly clear that what these engines were for. After all, they aren't an actual engine in the most common sense of the word, right? So we definitely needed to spice things up. I actually went through several iterations of the name before I settled on Marketing Engines AI. In fact, I like to brainstorm business names by actually going to like Namecheap or a registrar of your choice. I like Namecheap and I prefer that one, and trying ideas to see what's available and what's already been taken. This process of elimination helps me formulate my business names. And so I kind of work backwards, right? I kind of go to a registrar like Namecheap. And I start thinking of ideas and punching them in to see, number one, is it available? Number two, what other ideas come from that when I do that? Number three, is someone have something similar, and what are they doing with it? So when I look for a domain name that I want, if someone's got almost the exact same name, but slightly different for whatever reason, and they have a very similar business or business model, I'm staying the heck away from it. I want nothing to do with that business name or that domain. Now, if that business domain name has been registered, but it's just a landing page, it doesn't actually have anything on it. It's just a holding page of sorts, or parking the domain, as they say. Then I may still go that direction, depending on which version of that domain they actually have. If it's not my primary or it's something close, it's definitely going to be something I'll consider moving forward with. If it's the actual one I want, I'm not actually going to typically reach out and ask them to buy it. I don't really want to spend a lot of money for a domain name unless it's just amazing for some reason or another. But usually that's not the case, so I don't do that. Okay, so domain name ideas I kind of came up with initially before I settled on Marketing Engines AI. Some of you may or may not know this already, but originally when I first got into my SaaS, before I started this Marketing Engines AI version just recently, where I'm going to be launching it, I came up with local marketing services AI.com, primarily because most of what I've been doing in the last 14 years has centered around helping local small businesses with their digital marketing needs. And so I decided the first name that I came up with for my SaaS was local marketing services AI.com, hence the name. Then I also started thinking about, well, what's similar to that? And I started looking at all these options. Even when I registered initially local marketing services AI, I looked at local marketing systems AI. Then I looked at local marketing agency AI.com. And then I looked at local marketing engines AI.com. But to be honest, I really didn't think about the engines one until I actually already had settled on local marketing services AI.com. And then I was looking at agency marketing services AI.com, agency marketing systems AI.com, agency marketing engines AI.com. And then finally, when I started thinking about wanting to do something that wasn't so focused on just local small business marketing, I was looking at something like digital marketing services AI.com, digital marketing agency AI.com. And then that evolved down to basically marketing agency AI.com. But then I wanted to remove the word agency, right? Because I didn't want this to basically just pigeonhole agency folk either. I wanted this to be an application that any business entrepreneur may find interest in using for their own business, whether they're into the agency world or they're not, right? So they could be maybe just a consultant, or they could be a coach, or they could have a completely different business model altogether. And then I looked at and thought about, well, let's take away agency in there. Let's make it marketing systems AI, which was a really close to what I ended up with. And then finally, when I kept going down the line, I thought, well, maybe marketing services AI was also a potential option. And then I finally settled on marketing engines AI because And there we are. It looks like we're back. Hopefully, it's stabilized. But the bottom line is that's how the naming ideas, domain name ideas, went from top to bottom for the most part. And that is where we settle down with marketingenginesai.com. Now, of course, I own a whole bunch of versions of that. Um, and most of them will be pointing, if not already pointing, to marketingenginesai.com, which is also something I recommend, by the way. If you've of these domains, right? Where you maybe AI is in the beginning, AI marketing engines.com, AI services or AI marketing services.com, AI marketing systems.com, etc. Right? You want to get as many versions and iterations of these as possible so that you own the market, so to speak, with that name. So other people can't kind of piggyback off it or knock you off, so to speak. Okay, SaaS journey to $1 million valuation. Again, day one was getting started. Day two yesterday was the UVP and tagline. Day three today was business naming and picking a domain, which we just covered. Tomorrow, we're going to deep dive into logo design and colors and what I chose and why I chose it and how I came up with it. Day number 5, we're going to talk about the waitlist and survey that I have set up currently at marketingenginesai.com. Day number 6, we're going to talk about sales copy that you see there, what it's there for, and how it's working. Day number 7, we're going to talk about objection handling, why you need it, how I implement it, what I'm doing with it. Day number 8, we're going to go into the affiliate program to help you generate as many affiliates, or help me generate as many affiliates as possible for the launch of this. Day number 9, we're going to talk about content marketing and everything I'm doing there and how I'm going to continue to approach it. Day 10 is yet to be determined. I'll decide what we're going to do there shortly, but I have not put a lot of depth and thought into it yet. So we'll see how that goes. Day 11, same. Day 12, day 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, right? The idea here is to have 25 full days of over-the-shoulder stuff that I'm going to be doing inside of this business. Right now, it's been a lot of slideshows, presentation type thing. Going forward, it might be more you actually watching me do some work inside of the actual platform, or do some work creating some of the content that I need to be creating, or writing some sales copy, or whatever the case may be that I need to be doing day in and day out of this journey in order to have the best possible chance to have a successful launch come February 24th, 2024. Okay, if you're interested in doing this with me, you can grab your own white label SaaS of high level at the link you see on the screen. This is a link I'll punch into the comments as well. Hopefully you'll have access to it. I'm actually going to give you my shorter version of this, which is actually using my domain marketingenginesai.com/SaaS pro trial. So that is going to redirect to the link you see on the screen. I will probably update the slide for tomorrow if I use slides again to the new link, so it's a little bit easier to see and remember, right, to use, because this one's a little bit more complicated with the extra characters in there. So use the one that's in the comment that I just sent out to you guys. Hopefully you got that. If you have any questions about business naming or picking a domain or anything like that, pop it in the chat real quick and I'll be happy to answer it. Got that up right now so I can see anything that's coming through. Again, tomorrow we'll be deep diving into logo design and the color scheme, and again, why I chose what I chose and how I came up with it. And I actually designed it myself. So again, you can outsource logo design if you want, but I highly recommend, especially if you have any creativity whatsoever and you're skilled with any type of design software such as Adobe Photoshop or Canva, you can create your own logos very, very easily and quickly. So unless you've got just some crazy idea in mind, try to keep it as simple as possible. That's my best advice for you on that. Okay, I don't see any questions popping through here. If you are also interested, you can go to the waitlist for Marketing Engines AI. I'm gonna pop that link in here as well. And you can hop on my wait list, and this will keep you up to date with everything going on. I will be sending out emails on a regular basis for you to remind you to join me on these live calls each and every day moving forward. Plus, there'll be some added extra information provided to you through and when the actual launch is occurring. So it'll keep you abreast about what's happening with the development of Marketing Engines AI, the launch date. And if you're interested in becoming an affiliate, I'll be sending out information through the emails and text messages that way too about that when it gets to the point where we're going live with it. So, all right. Hope you enjoyed this today. Again, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in, each and every one of you that has today. And we'll get started with day number 4 tomorrow at high noon again. So hopefully you'll join me then. Until then, have a great rest of your day. And if you need to, again, catch up on day number 1, number 2 on any of the social spots that you're tuning into. You should be able to catch those replays there. All right, guys, have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.